من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل كل من عند ربنا صدق الله العظيم. My dear respected elders and brothers, mothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I thank our beloved Imam for inviting us and giving us this opportunity to speak today. Alhamdulillah, it was very nice to hear that he almost said young. He almost said young in introducing me. But we have a lot of white in our beard, so I appreciated that. Alhamdulillah, it's good to hear someone thinks I'm young. Alhamdulillah, it feels very nice. I thank him, may Allah Ta'ala bless him for thinking nice about me and having that husn dhan, that beautiful thought about me. My respected beautiful brothers, as we heard from the announcement, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give that family sabr and jameel, and also grant that young man gentleman to those who lady hisab, and give him the rank of shahadat. Ameen. And like this we know, and as we are in America now, and we are feeling this every day, that musibat and difficulties are something that come part and parcel with being a human being, and they are part of this life. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. Allah Ta'ala mentions so many different aspects and so many different ways that the bala, the tests can come on us. And He says it in such an emphatical manner that there's no denying that anyone who enters into this world, it will be very difficult for them to pass this world in a way that they will come clean from any type of difficulties and tragedies. These are all a part of life. The thing that we have to, of course, ponder over is, as a believer, how do we react to that? And what are our first steps as a believer? What's the reaction? Of course, there are, very, very deep reactions and things that affect others. But as a mu'min, as a believer, individually, the first thing, of course, we know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says so beautifully in the Quran, this is actually a manifestation. It is actually a telling of what is in our heart. That each believer knows that he is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is here for the sake of Allah ta'ala. And his return, if he happens to be finished with his time here, and he's going to leave this world back to his Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, after the due process of the life of the qabr and the day of Qiyamah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us and all of our families that we pass through those different stages of our life with ease and with afiyat and easiness. Ameen. And we reach the Jannatul Firdaus, and that's what we want out of life. We want that we do such things in this world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be so happy with us that He will grant us that Jannat. That is the main thing. فَمَنْ زُحْزِيَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةَ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Sometimes in this world there's a lot of achievements we get. We get the college education and we pick up the diploma. We study in the Islamic University and we pick up our sanad that alhamdulillah I passed. They stamp us for the house that we can buy it and we can purchase it, and we get happy that I've got a house now. Different achievements we get in this world where we feel that this is the thing, this is what I got. Now I've achieved success. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says that person, zuhziya anin nar, that person who's been saved from the fires of Jahannam, Allah save all of us. وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةِ, and the person who's been entered into Jannah. Whenever I read this ayat, I sort of think in my mind sometimes that what will be that first step into Jannah like? When a person first steps in and knows that he will be living forever. And the ulama say, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا, in the Arabic language, they say this is what we call al-halatul muqaddara, meaning the condition of khulud, the condition of eternity. It won't happen until we enter into the Jannah. Then it'll be a reality that I'm here forever and I'm never going to come out again. At that point, Allah Ta'ala says, فَقَدْ فَازَ. That's success. That's the real success. So how are we going to get there? First of all, the first condition is iman. And not just the weak iman. You have to have the strong iman. La shakka fihi. No doubt in it. And the best time for us to display, as Allah Ta'ala says, that those people who are the sabirin, those who are patient, those who have the great qualities of faith, at the time of musibah, at the time of difficulty. As Allah Ta'ala mentions in another ayat of Quran, he uses a different word. And he says, وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Allah Ta'ala has tested and put in trial and given difficulties to the people before you. In the Arabic language, the word fitna, Sajib, the Quran, such beautiful secrets in each word. There's such knowledge. In the Arabic language, fatana actually means what we call ihraq, to melt. Like the goldsmith, when he has a piece of gold in front of him, so in order to find out which properties of it are real gold and which is the fake, he will melt it. And when he melts it, then the real gold goes on one side, and the real and the fake properties, what the metal is what they call, steel or some type of iron, that will go on the other side. This is in the Arabic, they say, فَتَنَ الصَّائِقُ الذَّهَبِ. The goldsmith, he melted the gold so that the real gold can come on one side and that the fake can go on the other side. Keeping that in mind, the difficulties and trials in this world, Allah Ta'ala is putting us to the test. He wants to see that after any test, who are the people who are the real believers? Who are the ones who are turning to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala? Who are the ones who are saying, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un? Who are the ones who are saying that we have to not pull back, but go forward indeed? Who are those people? And who are the ones who, na'udhu billah, may Allah Ta'ala protect us, at the time of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, these people were called the munafiqeen. May Allah protect us. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in the war of Ahzab, in the war of the trench, where the Sahaba were in very great difficulty, there was a coalition force of mushrikeen, and the Jewish tribes at that time had gotten together. They wanted to do terrible things to the Muslims, and they were coming towards Medina, and the Sahaba got involved in digging a trench, which was very deep, very hard. The Sahaba had no food, no water, and it was a very great task. At that time, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they were singing the hymns of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his Lord Allah Ta'ala. نَحْنُ الَّذِينَ بَايَعُوا مُحَمَّدًا عَلَى الْإِسْلَامِ مَا بَقِينَا أَبَدًا. Can you imagine? No food, no water, there's enemies coming who are about to kill them, and they are still happy with Islam and happy with their Lord and happy with their Nabi. SubhanAllah. They were saying, we are those people who pledge allegiance to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. As long as we are in this world, forever we are going to be with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No matter what difficulties come. The munafiqeen, when Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the story is long, we don't have much time, when he made a promise that not only here you will be victorious, O my Sahaba, but there will be a time when you will be entering into Persia. You will be entering into the kingdoms of Yemen, the kingdoms of Rome, and you will be taking over those superpowers also. The Sahaba said, Allahu Akbar, and they believed. The Munafiqeen, they said, look at this person. He's promising us these type of things, and none of us even have the ability to go to the bathroom and relieve ourselves, because it was known at that time that even they couldn't even go to the bathroom. They had to dig and work so fast. They had to hold going to the bathroom and go at a more different time. So these were the munafiqeen, always turning back. When any difficulty came, they were so worried. And their solution was, we have to hold back in deen. We have to move back. Don't make amal on the deen of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But of course, us as believers, we have to know that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala has blessed us with this faith. In any difficulty, whether it's the difficulties we are going through now, individual difficulties of deaths in our lives, even our own selves going through some sicknesses and things like this, we have to make sure that we combat it and we confront it with strong faith. You know, a car, it's built, and when it's built, it is built to withstand all the difficulties of the road. The tires are built strong. The sides, if it snows, if it rains, The car is built to withstand all that stuff. Our body also has been built to withstand. And also our ruh, when it's coupled with strong faith, it also has been built to withstand any musibah, or any difficulty which comes at us. We don't ask for difficulties, but when it comes, we confront it with iman and with faith. And I'll end off my first khutbah on this, of one lady, and many of the muhaddithin don't even give her a name. They don't even know. Imra'atun min al-ansar. She was a lady from amongst the Ansar. And in one day, which was the day of Uhud, she lost her father, her brother, her son, and her husband. In one day. All these four died in the Uhud. Her father was born before her, her son was born before her, her husband, and her brother. The four main male characters of her life. But she had one other male character which was overriding all of those. Whenever she saw any of her family members, she cried. She said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. But after that she said, Ma fu'ila bi Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is my husband before me. He's passed away. Allah give him shahadat. What happened with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? This is my son. This is my brother. This is my uncle. Whoever it may be. What happened with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Finally, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came. We know in Uhud he had some injuries. When he came, some ulama say that she ran to his feet, grabbing his legs, and said that every single musibat and difficulty after seeing you is easy on me. I can deal with it. This was the faith that she had. This was the faith of a lady from the Ansar who we don't even know her name. What about those who we knew their names? What was their iman and faith? May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to have the iman and the faith when any difficulty comes on us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us back it up with amal. We don't have time to talk about that, but we'll talk about it next time we can come. And the second khutbah, I'll just talk a little bit about Quran. We have a program tonight here, a beautiful program, and in connection to why I came here. Jazakallah khair wa akhun da'wan alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa, wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن صدق الله العظيم. My respected elders and brothers, moving from that subject to another subject, and a subject also that at times of difficulty, and in all times we must have connection with the Quran. This is a book which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent as a rahmah. He sent his Nabi as a rahmah, and also not as clear he has said that he sent this as a rahmah, but in Surah Rahman, which the ulama of tafsir have said so beautifully, that every single ayat in Surah Rahman تَدُلُّ عَلَى رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. It is all indicating towards the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And first on the list, if we were to make a list, Ar-Rahman, the first one after that is عَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنِ. Ta'aleem al-Quran, not just the Quran, but the teaching of the Quran. That has been counted in this surah as the greatest rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even more greater, because actually if you look at it, the order should be Ar-Rahman khalaqa al-insan 'allamahu al-Quran. Allah Ta'ala has to create you as insan first, then you can learn the Quran. But Allah Ta'ala put 'allama al-Quran first. With this point in mind, to show us that the reason why we've been created is for ta'aleem al-Quran. If a person lives in this world 99 years and does everything but does no ta'aleem of Quran, what will be his condition in front of Allah Ta'ala on the day of Qiyamah? It is this Quran which is hudan lin-nas. It is a guidance for mankind. Not only in this world, in the hereafter. Shafiyan mushaffa'a. It is shafiyun mushaffa'a. You know, when we go to the court, we look for the good lawyer. The one who also has the good connection with district attorney. Right? He says, I have lunch with him every Sunday. Take care of your case, we'll talk to him, and we'll get something done, don't worry. Good connections. On the day of Qiyamah, we're all looking for what we call shafa'ah. Right? Everyone, the kids, the people making their kid hafiz of Quran, what they want. This kid must take me. If I mess up, just in case, I got a backup plan here. This small kid can take me to Jannah. May Allah Ta'ala accept our small little hufaz who are reciting the Quran day and night, and may Allah Ta'ala accept their parents also for sacrificing. Ameen. So the Quran on the day of Qiyamah, shafiyan mushaffa'a. That Quran is one that will go before Allah Ta'ala, and it will tell Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that this is the person who recited me. This is the person who stayed up at night. He sacrificed all the fun things in this world so that he can learn me. He spent time with me. Whenever he was in difficulty, he turned to me. He will go in front of Allah Ta'ala and make this shafa'ah. Mushafa'ah is readily accepted by Allah Ta'ala. That lawyer wins every case on the day of Qiyamah. But of course, we also have the hadith, Hujjatul laka aw alayk. May Allah Ta'ala protect you. Quran will stand as a lawyer, but sometimes it will stand against people. That's why we have to connect ourselves with the Quran. And me, myself, I'm not a hafiz of Quran. And probably when I was younger, I should have exerted myself more. I should have become a hafiz. I should read the Quran more. These things I think are in all of our lives. If we are not hafiz, if we can't read Quran well, we've done some things in the past where we should have, done better. Now looking back at it, we should have spent some more time on Quran. Now we should not be despondent. First of all, we should hook up with our imam, hook up with the Qur'an of our community. Tonight they're going to have a program. And these programs are not just for wah-wah, mashallah. Not just for exercise of the ears. This is to instill in us the enthusiasm that I must learn how to read Qur'an also. Yeah, we're not all going to read like them. But it's fard ayn on each one of us individually that we have to learn the Qur'an كما نزل على محمد, the way Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it came from Jibreel alayhi salam to him, the way he recited to Sahaba, the way Sahaba recited to the Ummatul Muslimah. We have to also recite the Quran in the same way as much as we can. If we give up and we say that the Quran is for the Qari, let him recite. Then Allah will ask us. If we make effort, and some of us we have different languages, we can't recite the Arabic so well, Allah looks at our effort. We'll go in front of Allah Ta'ala and say, Ya Allah, I tried. That's when Allah is Ghafur Rahim. That's when Allah Ta'ala will overlook our mistakes, and He will, inshallah, gather us with those people who are the readers of Quran, inshallah. So we have to make sure that we make an effort, first of all, to try to read the Quran correctly. And it's not too late for us also to get some of the rewards. At the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the fuqara al-Muslimin, they were a little bit jealous, not jealous in a bad way, but they were a little bit jealous of the rich Muslims. Not because they had a lot of stuff, but because the opportunities for them to get rewards were more. They were able to do this, and when the call came that we need some help, masjid, we're going in the path of Allah, Rasulullah said, I need money, they would stand up and give money. Fuqara Muslimin couldn't give anything. They came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, everybody has left, they have the good rewards, these rich people. What are we supposed to do? Nabi Sam said, do the tasbih Fatima after every salah. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. If you do that, nobody will be like you unless they do the same thing. They started doing that. After a couple of weeks, the rich Muslims, they started looking at them, realizing they're talking a little bit after salah, saying some stuff. They realized that they were doing it as well. And the rich Sahaba started doing this also. They also were getting this reward. The poor Muslims came back to Rasulullah and said, Ya Rasulullah, what is this? They're doing this now also. Meaning, give us something else. Nabi Sam stopped there. He said, ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَن يَشَاءُ. That's the favor of Allah. If He gave them money, there's nothing I can do. Allah has given them, blessed them. Allah has blessed us also. Many of us, myself also. That's why I donate also. I have a hafiz I donate to, alhamdulillah. I don't have to tell people, but I have someone I donate to and I spend every month on that person, just so I can get the rewards of that. Through our money, alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala has made it khas for this ummah that on the day of Qiyamah, through our money we can get the Jannah also. We have sometimes, we can give some money towards a hafiz of Quran, give towards there. Allah Ta'ala will give us the rewards of that hifz of Quran also. We have many students like that. You can meet us outside, inshallah. We will be there from the Dollar Room, New York. We have a lot of students who are yateem, a lot of students who need help. The zakat funds can be done. And this is tax season. So we got some plans, we got some money. We got 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. So we're thinking what we're going to do. The Umrah is there. All those things are there. We can apportion a little side that, mashallah, this hafiz of Quran who needs help, I can donate towards him. So we ask Allah Ta'ala to make everything easy for him and his family. And may Allah Ta'ala give him shifa as only Allah Ta'ala can. Jazakumullah khair.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.